Hello, so if you are watching this, you are probably a competitor or you are thinking about competing. And I'm going to take you through today on this video my client Louise, who is a figure competitor, her journey from when she kind of first started working with me. So she'd actually already done one season when she started working with me, to getting her UK UP Pro card, winning overall, going to Italy, and so much more. So she's done incredibly well, and I kind of want to show you a little bit about her. So, who is Louise? So, Louise is a businesswoman. So, she owns her own private PT studio. It's absolutely beautiful, which is in the heart of the community in Cornwall, where she lives. She runs group classes as well as private PT sessions, and she's always fully booked. So, she is a super busy mum. She is always working hard, and she is like helping out so many, both women and men, in her community as well. Like I said, she is a single mum. She's got two beautiful little girls. And what I love is both of them look up to her so much. And when you talk to them and you say like, oh, what do you want to be when you get older? They all go like, I want to be strong like mummy. And it's so lovely to see. Like, she just inspires them daily, which is incredible. She's also a wonderful friend. And Lou is someone that is genuinely so just fantastic and lovely. And she really gives back to the people that are around her. She loves being by the beach. She loves taking her little old dog out for walks, and just supporting other people just as much as they support her and what she does. And it's really lovely to see. So how it started. Louise came to me off the back of a prep. We already knew each other because I actually posed her for her first season. But she wanted to come to me because she was feeling lost. She was lacking a lot of direction post-show. Her relationship with food had got really poor. She was binging. Her hormones were in the bin. She had no menstrual cycle since kind of earlier on that prep. And, you know, she was a good few weeks post-show at that point. She just didn't see her potential, and she needed a lot of help with her nutrition. Like I said, she is a PT. Like, she's got great knowledge around training, but her nutrition, she just felt very, very lost with. And ultimately, she wanted a female, someone that understood her, understood what she was going through post-show, understood kind of how it feels with those hormonal fluctuations when your hormones aren't firing properly. Like, she needed someone that understood. So she came and worked with me, and yeah, it's been a dream team ever since, if I do say so myself. So what we did next is we kind of set up a plan of what we were going to do. It's all sent over to her on Excel sheets. And we had a plan week by week of exactly what we were doing. So we started off in a health phase, and we really focused on her health. So step one, for any client that comes and joins me, whether it's off the back of a prep or in an off season, if they don't have their cycle, my number one goal is to get them their cycle back, or to get, you know, it, and to get it regular. So that was our number one goal. And for any clients post-show, number one goal is hormones. So we brought back her cycle fairly quickly, actually. Got it nice and regular, had her bloods ran, all perfect. We then mapped out a plan moving forward. So we created a plan on bringing up her physique for more balance through her upper, and also like for when she next planned to compete. So we had all that kind of mapped out, and we created a nutrition plan that she could stick to as well. So we used food that she enjoyed, but moving away from foods that she found triggering, and then slowly introducing them in a mindful way. And we really did a lot about eating mindfully, and we had a really lovely open, and we still have this communication with each other where she can tell me where she's struggling and I can help her in overcoming that as well. So the plan to get the gold. So like I said, we mapped out each stage of her journey. Originally, we had actually planned to compete in 2025, but we also planned to do a photo shoot, and that photo shoot prep went so well that it just kind of made sense to jump into a show a couple of weeks after. So like I said, when she came to me, we went to a health phase first. We restored that ovulatory cycle. So we made sure that she wasn't just having a bleed, she was actually ovulating as well. So it wasn't just due to low progesterone or anything like that. She was ovulating, she was having a cycle. We then ran the bloods to show that her hormones were back in range and were in the right place, and just to check any other health markers as well before going into a growth phase. So when we were then in that prime position to grow, we focused on bringing up her quads, her delts and her back to create more balance for her physique. She's got insane glutes and hamstrings, but we wanted to bring everything else up to match that and just give her more muscularity that's needed for the figure division. We then went into a photo shoot prep. So Lou needed like a focus to diet again, and she went into a photo shoot. This is actually the photos are in her private gym as well. And she wanted to kind of diet in a less restrictive way and test herself to build that relationship with food more, and also to be able to reverse out of that photo shoot prep. And again, it was testing herself and her relationship with food and how that's built. So, like I said, worked a lot through relationship with food, navigating diet, navigating off-season and post-show, because they're 3 different phases where relationships with foods can be tricky, and it's important that we go through them together and navigate them together as well. So the photo shoot prep went extremely well. As you can see from that last slide, she looked insane. So I said to her, look, I've got a client in the show in a couple of weeks. I'm already going to be there. Like, let's just go and do it, see what happens. And I think it was 6 weeks from that photo shoot to when she stepped on stage. When she stepped on stage, she'd gone from placing the previous year, but just like not very highly, to winning an overall and her pro card, which was incredible. And I am so proud of her for that. So yeah, we just did it. We were like, cool, 6 weeks, lock in, let's go. And we did it. Won her pro card, like I said, won her class, went on to the overall, won that, which was a massive shock to her, but to literally no one else. And then that also gave her the sponsor ticket to go compete in Venice in Italy. So how that season went, that was the first one, the UK UP Rail Show. She's in that athletic figure class. Like I said, class win, pro card, overall sponsor trip to compete. We then did the UK DFBA Hulk Classic the following day. Again, class win, she was second in the overall. But it was very tight, and they actually awarded her the sponsored trip to compete in the Worlds in Italy. So that was very exciting. And then we did the Mr. and Mrs. Devon, again, athletic figure. Won her class, second in the overall again. A good theme here of some very high placings. And then we went over to Rome, and we competed in the IBFA Worlds over in Rome, where she did Miss Shape and Miss Bodybuilding. So their divisions are slightly different to what we'll call them. So we just entered them too. We were told she was probably best fitted to them, and she came 4th in both of them in the world, which is incredible. So yeah, very impressed with that. These are a couple before and after pictures. So obviously from the front, you can see that we worked on what I said. So her quads have come up more, shoulders has come up more as well, and her back. So just a lot more muscular development there. Her rear shot, her rear double bicep, again, you can see so much more development there. And then her side pose. I know these two aren't the same, but I didn't have this one on stage because she never hit it on stage. We improved a lot of her posing as well, as you can kind of see. And that's why I don't actually have those ones. But you can see just from that, the level of muscularity built through the legs, through the upper body, incredible. So yeah, very proud of how hard she worked for that. We then obviously went into post-show, and what was important for us is that we approached this very differently to what had happened last time. So, and I don't know if I put the bullet point from here, but we actually had her post-show food already sorted when she stepped off stage. She knew what she was going to eat. That plan was there. She wasn't left feeling lost like previous. She had a plan. She knew what was going to happen moving forward. We ensured we thought about hormonal health both throughout prep and immediately post-show. So again, just making sure that that cycle was happening. And then post-show, getting it to a good place, getting her hormones to a good place. Because when you don't have a cycle, that's often when you struggle with kind of the binging, the intense cravings, things like that. It's all often linked. So getting your hormones better will actually help with that mental health aspect as well. We kept check-ins daily to keep up with accountability. So she had that opportunity to speak to me every single day, which she would anyway by messaging me. But it was just to have that there. She had that communication. We made sure that off-plan food was mindful and with family and not mindless binging. So again, we had a lot of conversations around that. And the biggest thing that I think we did is we worked alongside a sport and exercise psychologist to ensure healthy habits moving forwards and to just ensure that she was in a really good place. As much as we are coaches and as much as we try our best, most of us, there's probably one or two out there, but 99% of coaches are not psychologists. And as much as we can help you with mindset, like, that's not our profession. And sometimes we need help from other experts. And the way that the three of us work together ensured Louise had a really successful and happy post-show, where she did have a little bit of a struggle, but it was nothing like previous. And that's ensured then that now she can go, yep, I want to continue bodybuilding. I want to do another season. I can do this. And that is such a huge win in itself that I think a lot of people overlook. So going into 2025, we had the year off. We have had a massive growth phase. And now that she believes her potential, we've got a fantastic goal set for 2026, where she will be jumping back on stage. This year was all about working on the feedback from the previous year and creating a physique even more competitive than last, which we are going to be doing. And what she looks like now is incredible. Some of the things we want to do differently as well. So we always want to learn from previous preps, like what we can do for it to be better, is you want to start from a leaner set point. So we don't have to push as hard out the gate. We can have shows closer together, because we did feel like Italy was such a big gap that the physique started to fade. We don't want to have that again. Obviously, Italy was a bit of a surprise. It wasn't what we were planning. But we're planning our big shows and aiming towards them instead of having that kind of as a, not an afterthought, but just later on. So we don't want it to fade again. And we're bringing up her upper and quads more in line with her glutes, like I said. We just want to build more symmetry, more balance, but overall more muscle density. Throughout this off-season as well, Lou's actually been competing in strong women events. So this was something she came to me and was like, I really want to give this a go. And I was like, okay, cool. So we changed her training slightly, so she was able to fit in event training in once a week as well. And she's seen a massive progress, not just through her training, also through her physique. And she's gone on and won like multiple strongman events as well. So incredible, like absolutely incredible work from her. So if you want to pause here and read, this is what Louise has said about her journey working with me. It's been a while now we've been working together, and we continue working together as well. And I'm very lucky to have her on my team. But yeah, this is what she's put. So what's next? If you want results like Louise, like of course you do, because she's done incredibly well. There are 3 different ways that you can start working with me. So you can head over to the link in my bio, which is on my Instagram, my TikTok, I think it's on my YouTube as well, or onto my website. And you can fill out the form there to join the team. You can also drop me a message on Instagram or WhatsApp. My Instagram is molly_fortitude_coaching. And my WhatsApp number is below. Or you can drop me an email at mollyjanecoaching.com. mollyjanecoaching@gmail.com. There we go. And we will start working together. We'll do a call. We'll work out what your goals are, and we'll create a plan which is for you in order for you to pick up trophies and wins as well. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I cannot wait for you to get in contact with me and start reaching your goals as well.